For you as a manager as well, how important is it to pick up academy players, players that do get released from the likes of Hartlepool and Middlesbrough, to try and get them into your Marske squad? How big is that to the team?
We're always looking around at academy teams. It's, you ask a lot of the teams that are from around here, the likes of Whitby, who train down there, and the likes of Stockton Football Club and Gisborough. Everyone's sort of in the same pot of players trying to get them in, so you're always trying to have a little look at some of the youth that's coming through in the academy side of things. So it's very important just to keep your eye on what's happening there, because you never know, you might find a gem that gets released and bring one into the club and, and try and develop into a better football player.
Technically, a lot of the players from the academies are really good, but do they perhaps lack that physicality needed sometimes for non-league football?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few here in the last 5 years. Josh Hawkes was one of them that come from Hartlepool, and he struggled a little bit with his game time with us. I think it was with us 2 months. He started about 4 or 5 games, mostly substitutes as well. Come on with the physical side of things, he did struggle with, but since then he's gone back and he's doing a fantastic job at Hartlepool, now. And I do think it is important for lads in the academies that aren't getting out to go and get loans at these clubs, because it's very important for their development themselves, to toughen themselves up and being not just academy nice pretty football, it's doing the right things in the physical side of things, being in different dressing rooms, different environments, different managers, different leagues. And being with lads that haven't really come through the academy and seeing how they are, we had a football who's in the Premier League at the minute, training with the first team at Huddersfield. Luke Mute, the goalkeeper, we've got him on loan till the end of the season. He's had a month with us, and he found completely different, obviously, from what he's used to in the setup. So it's very important, I think, as well from their side of things as well. And
what advice would you give to players who do get released from the big clubs?
Don't turn away from these sort of leagues. Don't think that that this, where you've been in the academy and been to a club and you've sort of maybe been a 1 year pro, been released, or you haven't just actually made it. Don't be afraid to lower your standards, so they call it, to come to these leagues, because there's some fantastic football players that have played in this league and gone higher, like the likes of Louis Wing, gone from Shildon in the Northern League first, now playing for Middlesbrough first team. So there's a bit of both of that. There's a lot of lads that get drifted away from it, then drop the standard because they think it's not good enough, but there's some really good teams and some really good leagues further down the ladder.
On the topic of Lewis Wing, how big of a story is him, not just for him as a person, but as you say, teams like Marske and Shildon? How big is it for your players, to think they can go and get to that next level themselves?
Oh, massive. I mean, I don't think until you finish you should ever stop believing that you're not going to make it. It's been realistically as well. Some of the young lads that we've got, 21, 22-year-old, 23-year-old, are still trying to make it. Jack Blackford, I think we spoke to him last week. And Matty and them, they're all just young lads, still out of academies and stuff, But for Louis to do what he'd done in the short space of time was fantastic, going to bottom 23s and grafting. Obviously, I knew Lewis from being at Shildon when we used to play against him. Very good lad, and he's done a great job, and deservedly so where he's at.
And do you have any players at the moment in your squad you reckon could go on and reach them heights? If you had to pick one player, who would you say has probably got the most potential?
I wouldn't like to say. I have got a few good players, but obviously if I say, well, I'm in for it, aren't I? So but I have got some good young players down here, yeah. So if they're at the right age of getting picked up early doors, it's for me to say most probably not. They're in the age of like 24, 25, 26. So they've either missed that boat, or there's not many scouts looking around for that age group. You know yourself, they're always looking at the academy side, 16, 17, 18, to try and bring them through in there. So I'll keep my players.